Hi everyone, Miss Curdy here. Today we are going to be talking about three-digit subtraction with regrouping. If you have not grabbed the follow-along sheet with the apple, please pause the video to go get it now. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to subtract a three-digit number and a two-digit number, the two-digit number from the three-digit number. I'm also going to be drawing a picture over here to represent that using base 10 blocks. So before we get started, let's just talk about what subtraction is. There's two different definitions. One is where you're taking away a certain amount from a total. The other way you can think about is finding the difference between two numbers. How far apart are they on a number line? Just like with addition, we always start in our ones place, and there may come a time where we need to do some regrouping. So we're going to start by drawing our picture. Now, when we had addition, we drew pictures of both those quantities. Subtraction is a little bit different because we have this amount and this is what we're taking away, that 46. We're actually only going to draw the amount that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We have 2 hundreds, 6 tens, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 ones. So go ahead and draw that picture, 263. And now what we're taking away from it is 46. Again, we always start in the ones place. Now when I go to subtract my ones, I notice that 3 take away 6 cannot be done. Over here I only have 3 ones. I can't take away 6 of them. So I'm going to need to do a little regrouping. And what I can do is I can take away one of these tens and open it up into 10 ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I still have the same amount, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63. I've not changed the amount I have, I've just reorganized it or regrouped it. Now let's look at what this looks like in the standard algorithm. I no longer have 3 ones and I no longer have 6 tens. I have 5 tens and 13 ones. Again, the amount is the same, they're just reorganized. Now when I go to subtract 13 minus 6, I get 7. And let's take a look at what that looks like in this picture. I'm going to take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now when I go to subtract my tens, can I take 4 away from 5? Yes, I can. And that would just be 1 left. And now let's go to the picture and take away 4 tens, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And last but not least, I have my hundreds. I've got 200 minus 0 hundreds here. I'm going to draw in that 0 so we can see that placeholder. 2 take away nothing is going to leave me with 217. And we go over to our picture to double check. I've got 100, 200, plus a 10 is 210, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, leaving me with 217. Now, if I needed to regroup my 5s, I would just go over to my my tens place. If I needed to regroup my tens place, I could do that from my hundreds place. And when I take away 100, we know that 100 is the same as 10 tens. So I can actually open up 100 into 10 tens, just like I opened up a 10 into 10 ones. That magic number is always going to be 10 because 10 ones make up a 10, 10 tens make up a 100. So at this time, take a moment to look over the work we have done. And when you are ready, you can switch out your sheets, flip it over to the side that has the banana. And what I'm going to ask you to do is pause the video in a moment so that you can take a moment to practice this on your own and then come back to see how I go through it and you'll be able to compare answers. So again, now we're doing 324 minus 145. Remember, when you draw this picture, you're not going to be drawing both numbers. You just draw the total that we have, that 324, and then practice taking away 145. So go ahead and pause the video now and do that problem. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to draw is my 324. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now, as I look at this number, I'm noticing that in the ones column, my bottom digit is higher than my top digit. So I know I'm going to need to do regrouping in this column, and that's fine. When I get to my tens place, again, I'm noticing that that 2 up here is less than that 4. So again, I'm going to have to regroup in the tens place. And my hundreds will not need any regrouping. So let's go ahead and get started. 4 take away 5 cannot be done. So I'm going to cross off my 2 tens and my 4 ones and regroup them. Let's take a look at what that looks like in the picture. So I'm taking away this 1 10 and I'm going to open it up as 10 ones right here. And let's take a look at what that looks like in the standard algorithm. I'll now have 1 10 left in my tens place, and instead of 4 ones, I'm adding 10 more to it, so I will have 14 ones. I have not changed the amount I have, I've just regrouped it. 14 take away 5. Let's go to the picture to see what that looks like. 14 over here, I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So back to my equation over here, my standard algorithm, 14 minus 5 is going to give me 9. Now I look over here and I only have 1 10, but I need to take away 4 tens. So once again, I'm going to need to do some regrouping. Now I'm going to go to my hundreds place to do that. I'm going to take away one of those hundreds. So instead of having 3, I'm down to 2. And I'm going to open that 100 up into 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of having 1 10 now, I'm actually up to 11 tens. 11 take away 4. Let's go to our picture. 1, 2, 3, 4 are gone, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11 minus 4 is going to give me 7. And last but not least, 2 hundreds minus 100. We'll cross off one of those hundreds, and now I'm left with 100. So my difference here comes out to be 179, and let's go to the picture to confirm. I've got my 100 here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones here. So take a moment to look over your work to make sure that yours matches what we have here. And if you have any questions, please let your teacher know. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining us. Before we end, I'm going to show you a cool trick to check your work. Now, we know that addition and subtraction are actually opposites. So when I subtracted here, I got 179. And in order to check my work, I could actually start with my difference and add these two numbers together to end up with 324. So let's take a second to check that work. 9 plus 5 is 14. I put my 4 ones down here, and I carry my 110 up to the top. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 4 is going to give me 12. I'll put my 2 tens down here and bundle that 100 up there. And then I have 1, 2, 3 to equal 324, which is exactly what we started with over here. And now I know that my subtraction was done correctly because I was able to check it myself. Thanks again. Happy math.